We got an old guy that sits in our pew that, I mean, he needs a walker, but he walks with a cane. And every time we go to communion, you have to walk up the aisle and all that. And this is true. And I always get behind him because he always reaches in the pews and whacks all of his friends with his cane. That's true.
He walks through and just.
Yeah. And I see, and he knows, and they all expect it every time.
They just start wearing shin guards, so whenever he hits them in
No,
the
what they
shin.
got to be sitting. He'll just reach over and tap him, say, that's why he says hello.
Oh, yeah.
But what else do you want to talk about?
We're just going, Grandpa. It's
I don't know.
recording. You know that,
I don't
right?
have a clue.
You don't have a clue, so why you got all dressed up, you got your nice shirt. Do you have your dentures in?
Why do you go there?
You got your teeth in?
Why are you going there?
I have to check. I have to check. Sometimes you just surprise us and put them in your pocket.
Wait a minute. Yeah, they're in.
They're in?
Why? That's a get even.
That's a get even. What do you mean?
You did that on purpose, I know.
I always have to check with you. I have to check.
No, you don't. You can say, I wear my dentures all the time.
All the time. So that little outline in your pocket.
Jason. Why? I knew that was coming up. But let's talk about other stuff. Hey, do you know one time I was mayor?
Let's talk about that. You were a politician. You were a twice removed politician. Not twice removed. You were a
I wasn't removed.
you were a politician twice voluntarily.
Yeah. No, I was an alderman and mayor twice.
Yeah. So 3 times. I didn't know about the alderman. So
I was alderman before I was mayor.
why'd you get into local politics? That seems like it would just make you angry.
No, I was young. The first time I was probably in the 70s, mid-70s. I was young, eager, wanted something to do. And then I got re-asked sometime in about, 10 years ago, I guess.
Yeah. I remember our 9/11 ceremony. You were the mayor. It was outside of the elementary
really?
school. Yeah, I remember you coming up and speaking, and I was so excited because I was like, "That's my grandpa. He's the mayor."
Yeah, I'm sure I impressed you.
Yeah, you did. I remember you gave me those little 9/11 pins. I wore both
yeah.
of those for it. Yeah, I do remember. I remember you being mayor once. I don't think I was alive for the first time. Would I have been? Do you know what years those were?
No. Yeah, it was probably 74, 75,
Really?
somewhere around there.
It was that? Huh.
Yeah. Well, that's the time. I was alderman. Then I was mayor. Probably about 76, I was mayor.
Yeah. So
Then after that, I didn't ask to be mayor. They asked me to come back. That mayor resigned,
yeah.
and we had the city administrator and somebody else come down to my shop, and they wanted to know if I would take over because the mayor was resigning or quitting.
Yeah.
And I said, if you're ready for me, I'll come back. And so they asked me to come back, so I did.
Yeah.
Caused a big mess too.
What did you do first, what did you do the first time to where they asked you to come back as mayor? How was that
That was
first
second time.
experience?
First time I was elected.
Yeah, obviously something had to have gone right for them to want to ask you to be
Yeah,
mayor again.
the city was in a sort of a mess, and I had a bad reputation from the first time, I guess, according to a lot of people, because I let a lot of people go, and they needed that. So it's true. When they asked me, they come down, and I said, if you're ready for me, I'll do it. And so the city council voted and brought me back, and we got rid of the city administrator. We got rid of we got rid of the whole water department. They went on strike and all that, and we reorganized the whole city, and it came out to be okay at the end.
And that was the first time?
No, the second time.
What? Okay, so take me back to the first time first. Do you remember any of that? Any of your term for the first time?
Hey, my memory's not shot.
Well, you didn't know what years it was. I just wanted
No.
to check. I mean,
Yeah, I can't.
sometimes you can't even. I don't even remember what I had for lunch
The
a week
first
ago.
time, my biggest accomplishment, the city was very backwards at that time, And I was the first mayor to interview and hire as city administrator.
Okay.
And
That's a big deal.
His name was Earl Tessendorf. I remember it, kept in contact. He put the city in a very good position. He was very sharp, and he made me look good. That's the whole story about that time. He reorganized the city and did one heck of a job.
Yeah.
He ended up city administrator in Boonville,
Yeah.
Sedalia, and then he got moved to Boonville. It's a job that come from Kansas.
Yeah.
And he was an assistant there, a young guy. We got to be good friends too.
Yeah.
But Earl really was. He was probably the best city administrator I've ever seen.
Yeah. That seems like a big deal. I mean, that's a pretty common position in most cities. You would think that.
A mayor in a small town, really, you got to have some help. You can't do it. It's a part-time job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically.
Just to clarify, you were mayor of what town? Because not
Eldon,
everybody-
Missouri.
Eldon, Missouri.
Yeah.
What was the population whenever you first started?
Probably 3,000, 3,500.
Yeah.
I really don't know what it is now. I think it's about 5,000 or over.
It is right now. I know it's grown quite a bit because I know the elementary or like the schools, the class size has skyrocketed. I would bet you the next census it's about 6,500. I would guess about 6,500.
Yeah, because they have. You're probably about right.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we had this when Eldon was 100 years old. It was his centennial. I was mayor then too.
Yeah. That was
a fun time.
Yeah, that was during your second one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in elementary school for that one, and I do remember the 9/11 memorial service that we did outside. We had to sit in between the two schools before the storm shelter was built there. It was just really rough pavement. I remember seeing you.
You got a good memory too.
Yeah, I do. I remember you walking up there because the fire truck was in the background hanging a flag, and I remember seeing that fire truck and then you on stage, and I was like, "That's my grandpa. That's my grandpa. He's the mayor. That's my grandpa." I told everybody that.
Did you never did get my autograph?
No, I did. I don't think I did. So I would.
Okay.
Do you want to sign? Do you want to sign my ghost can? You want to sign
No.
this for me?
Let's talk about a Christmas.
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 Well, I'm still interested in the I'm still interested. I mean, that's pretty cool that you were a politician in a small town. I mean, it's a part-time job, but it's something that I think I mean is needed in small towns, especially you're relatively well connected and.
I tell you, it's a thankless job, really.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really is, but it's fun,
Yeah. How long are the terms in Eldon? Is
It's
it
4 years.
is it 4 years?
Mayor's 4 years.
Yeah.
There's no limit. You can be mayor for 10 years if you
Yeah.
want.
That's not going to happen in a small town. Most of the time it's one or two
We
and
did
done.
have a mayor that I replaced that was mayor probably for 3 or 4 terms.
Oh, wow. So wow. That would have been over a decade then.
Yeah. But everything comes to an end.
Yeah. Yeah. Family Christmas, you asked about that.
No, you really want to talk about family?
I
I really, we really had a lot of fun at our family Christmas. You can probably remember that.
Oh, those were a blast. I remember
Yeah.
one year, I think it was Ben and Isabel got a GoPro, and I remember that they brought the GoPro with them, and we were running around the house with that on our heads, and we were like sneaking around outside like we were spies. I remember whenever Kylie zoomed in from Korea, and she had sent a bunch of like snacks for people to try. Do you remember that?
I remember. I didn't try any of them.
Yeah, it was. What was it? It was like crickets or something like that, or slugs, or some sort of beetles.
Some of those, you were just a little kid too.
Yeah, I never tried them. I was too grossed
wouldn't
out to try those. Yeah, and then left, right, center was good.
Yeah. Remember playing shit on your neighbor?
Yeah, that's what it is.
lot of
The
fun.
left, right, center, shit on your.
Played that at your house Thanksgiving. Remember?
I wasn't there. I was working. I had to work. We had basketball.
We had a lot of fun with that too.
Yeah.
Somebody started that game again. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it was us. We had the little tube that we brought. We played it downstairs with
Where were you?
quarters. I was working.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That was just last year.
yeah. This year, joys of working in college athletics is we don't stop over break. I remember our basketball team couldn't go home for Thanksgiving, so they had Thanksgiving together. So I didn't get to go home. I think I got the day off, but I think you guys had it at our house
Yeah.
a couple days before or something.
No, we had two. That's Ben and Isabel. They were just dating. Not Ben and Isabel. Ben and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
They were dating, and she really got into that game.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard Grandma had to pull you away.
Yeah.
Grandma had to pull you away
Actually,
and tell you to go
I
home.
stayed at one of the gatherings for more than an hour.
Yeah. That's rare for you. Normally you're trying to do the Midwest goodbye of like, all right, how can I get out of here?
Now, who's your dad take after?
I don't know because he likes to talk, but I can always tell whenever he's ready to go because he starts talking. He's like, "Oh yeah," and he
he's
like
good.
looks around and is like, "Well, yeah, we gotta go do this. I think it's time to."
The older you get, the worse that gets, too.
Oh yeah, it's grown up. It is the Midwest goodbye. It's grown up here. I feel like I've gotten pretty good at like if I got to get away from somebody, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm having a great time with this conversation. I gotta go. Like I gotta get out of here." I've gotten pretty good at just being blunt with that.
You know, you've been around people that really overstay their stay, too.
Yeah,
I've had a share of that.
yeah. No, family holidays were a good
Yeah,
time. We
they
always
were.
had, and this is what I always tell people is we never had turkey. Well, we did, but the main course was always crappie. It was fried
Yeah,
fish.
that was fun.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun. Remember, we'd eat more than we'd put out
Yeah.
while you're frying them.
Yep. Yeah, we'd always fry it down in the garage out there. And I mean, we always had turkey, but it was before my dad discovered a smoker. And the turkey was always, I mean, it was okay, but I mean, we'd fish all year for.
Did you ate crappie, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, fried fish is great. That's what I tell people is like, yeah, my family at Thanksgiving, we did turkey, but I was like, we mainly did fish. You'd fish throughout the year, you'd freeze it, and then we'd have it at Thanksgiving.
You know, Grandma and I went down to the beach yesterday and had their fish platter.
Yeah, it did. Isn't that like the appetizer that's huge or like
Yeah, 2 days meal. I can take home half of it. Just had it
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, you sent me a picture of that. That was it looks good.
I used to like crappie was my favorite thing when I'd go fishing too. I start off with the bass fishing thing, and then ended up when you get old, you end up fishing to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we always went crappie fishing. I mean, I remember going with you crappie fishing. I still have that crappie rod that you gave me all those years back.
I remember Palm de Terre taking you crappie fishing down there,
Yep.
and having the first time was disaster. You snagged every time. You don't probably remember this, but
I
as a
vaguely
fisherman, I said, I got to work this out. So I'd back the boat off the bank so you purposely couldn't hit the bank. Knowing you didn't have a good chance catching anything, but it was peace for me. That's true. I did that. Because you were snagged. I don't know, you probably don't. You snagged every cast. So I had to get you away from the bank and the brush.
But I never hooked anybody. I never did get a hook caught in myself or you or anybody else, and that's a win right there. I'm a pretty decent fisherman now. Like I haven't fished in a while, but I mean I'm pretty decent. Trying to think of the last time we did fish.
That was probably Palm de Terre when you got older.
Yeah, but myself, I think it was probably been 2 years, something like that. But I still have
you
the
went
stuff.
fishing, you mean?
Yeah, I think I went fishing with a couple buddies.
Where do you fish down there?
Maryville had Mazingo Lake. It's decent fishing out there. You can get a boat out there. You can get a boat and go out riding on it. It's not a. I had a weird concept of lakes growing up because being at the Lake of the Ozark, my concept was a lake is huge. So whenever people would be like, "Oh, here's a lake," and it looks like just a large pond,
I know.
I'm like, "This isn't a lake. That's a lake."
You're
The Ozarks.
You're used to them giant boats. And all.
Yeah, it's like the Ozarks is a lake, Pomme de Terre is a lake, Truman's a lake. Like I was used to those, and then I'm like, this isn't a lake. This is an oversized pond that you can.
Now,
put
when
a
you
boat
get down there, do you fish from the bank?
Yeah, I haven't gone out on a boat, and I'm trying. I fished on a kayak. I did go kayak fishing. Last time I went fishing was last summer. Went kayak fishing, and then I sold my kayak. It was a little sad, but I never used it. I didn't have time to or anywhere to store it. I would have used it, but I didn't have anywhere to store it. Was the main problem.
Yeah, I didn't know really you were that into that, but I guess
Kayaking?
yeah.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. It's just.
I remember when you bought it.
Yeah, it's just having the place to store it was the main thing up in Maryville, and then even St. Joe, I wouldn't have anywhere to put it in my current apartment. I'd like to get one again, but it's also convenient being at the lake. I mean, I could just go down to the state park, drop it, and it was
You
nice.
don't have enough time now.
No.
Well, you do now, I guess.
Summer I do, but no, crappie fishing was always fun. I mean, I remember bass fishing a little bit too. I don't think I ever caught anything too crazy with you.
No, I don't think I probably didn't give you a chance.
No, you backing away. I do remember, I always hated fishing the banks and like fishing the coves. I was like, I want to go out in the middle of the lake and fish. And it's like, you're not gonna catch it.
And realistically, with the new equipment now, they're catching a lot of fish like way up the bank.
Really?
Oh yeah, the technology's come a long way from when I used to do it.
Yeah. I was about to say, you go up to the brush because that's where they're nested.
Well, that's why it was a problem with Pomme de Terre. There was a lot of brush and trees, and you were snagged all the time.
Well, that's the problem with, what's the other lake down there? Stockton Lake, too. That's the problem down there, too, is because they flooded it. So there's all
I
those
like
dead
Stockton
trees.
Lake. I want to turn one or two down there.
Yeah. Let's, you fish. You were a pretty good fisherman. You had your career in fishing. So,
Let's talk about how good I was.
you were good.
No,
You won. You had a magazine where you won a bass tournament?
no, I won a bass boat.
Yeah.
Really, that's probably the highlight of my bass fishing. It was a Truman Lake, and there was probably 250 bass boats in it. Big tournament. It's called a Shriner. It's always called a Shriner tournament then. Yeah, it's a 3-day tournament, and did win it. Won a brand new bass boat and motor.
Yeah. Is that how you got into the nitros?
Yeah, I was halfway sponsored by Nitro. I had a team. It's not Nitro Charger at that time boats. Nitro came later, but it's a Team Charger boat.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I remember you'd get the new nitro boat. What was it? The Z9 was the last one you had.
Yeah.
I had the hat.
Now that's I don't know what it is, Z something, but that's a 21-foot bass boat. That was a nice boat.
Yeah.
Best boat ever. I probably in my lifetime, Jason, had 12, 13 new bass boats
Really?
that I bought. We started way in St. Louis.
Was that your favorite one? The last nitro you had, or
It was the best one, mainly because
what was your favorite though? There's the best. Obviously, you can have your best, but what was your favorite?
For speed, it was the champion I had. But for fishing out of, that Nitro, that Z9.
Yeah.
That was a cat's meow among bass boats, other than Ranger's probably the best bass boat put out, but
Yeah.
Nitro's more popular, more affordable.
Yeah. I remember dropping you off at a tournament with my dad down at the lake. I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what? Was it PB2? I think. And I got food poisoning from the McDonald's that we stopped and got that morning too.
Really? I
Yeah.
remember that. I remember that tournament too. I didn't do very well.
Really? Actually, I do remember that because
I calling you early. And
yes,
you
I
come
do
and get
remember
me.
that because I got food poisoning. We were headed back, and then I remember the old stoplight that used to be there on 54. that they took out next to the, the turnoff where the roundabouts are on the highway.
yeah. Oh.
That stoplight. We were at that stoplight, and I remember telling my dad, I'm like, I'm gonna puke. I don't feel very good. We had McDonald's, and I got food poisoning that morning from it. But no, I remember you calling us early to come pick you up, and I remember you're like, I'm not doing very
Well,
good.
I don't, on the lake, it was a very windy day and
Yes.
miserable, and I probably went 22 miles in a boat on the lake, and it was so rough coming back, it just beat you to death.
Yeah.
And I just hung it up. I think at the most I might probably had one keeper, and I ain't gonna even get on nothing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I remember calling you and saying, pick me up.
Yeah.
I mainly wanted to beat the crowd to take it out.
Yes.
That was a big tournament too.
Yeah. The lake has a bunch. Do they have very many big tournaments still, or
Yeah, a lot of them.
really? I figure with all the tourists, it'd be a little hard to have big tournaments there now.
Well, they have a lot of them. They have BASS tournaments, about 2 or 3 different ones a year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big time. Mainly because of the PB2. It's so big, so much parking.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that is true. That is a big drop off point because there's the little beach there, too.
I remember being in a bass club back in the 70s. Like it was in Osage Beach, and PB2 had one boat ramp. And as a bass club, we had a fish fry, and we sold a lot, and we raised enough money. We physically put in 2
Ramps?
ramps.
In PB2?
Yeah, we were the first ones.
Huh.
And then after we did it, I mean, we went and helped the labor. Somebody in the club was a concrete person. We literally put it in. That's before they charged.
Yeah.
And then, probably a couple of years after that, they started to charge to put in. I know there's a lot of people in that bass club a little upset over that.
Yeah.
That was a fun time. That's where I met a lot of good friends in that bass club.
Yeah. Did you what were some other tournaments you fished? What are some memories you got from those?
I didn't fish. They're all mostly Missouri. I fished quite a few at Stockton. That's your grandpa and grandma's, other
Yeah.
grandpa and grandma's home lake.
Yeah.
Fished several of them there. Went to Arkansas for bull shows a couple of times, stuff like that. But,
Yeah. And how many did you win?
Oh, win? My whole career of them? Well, most of them were club tournaments. Yeah, if you want to count that, there's quite a few. But
Yeah.
big tournaments, maybe 2.
Yeah.
250 boats is a lot of people to beat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially on a
That
lake.
was
I mean,
that was a big one.
there's only so many fish to go around with that, especially big ones. I mean, what's the biggest catch you've ever had? Bass wise.
Probably that one. Called it number of fish. When we had it, we don't limit both days.
Yeah.
And I think it was a total of, it was almost 35 pounds
Oh wow.
in 2 days.
Wow.
Biggest fish was probably 5 pounds.
Yeah.
We got totally lucky that day.
Yeah. Now I know you have also a copy of a magazine that has you on the
Oh,
cover.
yeah,
of
that's
it.
the one I made the cover of a magazine.
Yeah.
You want a copy? I got a lot left over.
I will take a copy. Actually, if you have one, I will 100% take a copy.
I do have several of them.
No, I'll definitely take it. I didn't know you had multiple copies. I just knew you had the one that you always had in the shop in the little.
I got
background.
one framed downstairs.
Yeah. What's the story behind that?
Well, that's the one I was telling you. That's the Shriner tournament.
Oh, the one where you won.
Yeah. They had John Nepperadney. He was a reporter that did for that magazine.
Yeah.
And they interviewed us at the end of it, and all of a sudden he called and asked permission. He said, "We're going to put you in this magazine."
Yeah.
It's a fishing magazine, wasn't a big.
That's why I couldn't remember. I was pretty sure. Didn't you say the way they got that picture was they were like, "Hey, turn around," and you were like, and just smiled and turned around.
Which is really true. When the tournament was over, you had a partner to fish with. He said, "We want to get some pictures of you catching fish." And this is a true story. We got in the boat. Now everybody else is gone.
Yeah.
So this is afterwards. We got in the boat. He got in the boat. We went out there. He said, "I want a picture of you setting the hook." I said, "Okay." So I deliberately snagged on a limb throughout where I was snagged. And he said, "Now go." And I went, oh. Snap. he got a picture. Then I got unhooked. He said, now they took the big bass, about the 5-pound bass, they caught, and it was about half dead from
Yeah.
water. And he said, want a picture of you catching it. So hooked that fish
Aw.
real good, honest to God. Threw it out there, and I'm reeling in, and my partner picked it up and wiggled it in the water like it was splashing. And waiting to see the magazine. It looks real. Like, boy, that fish is really fighting. That's a true story. That's how they did that.
This poor fish.
Yeah. He probably died when we was done. I shouldn't say that. But that's a true story. I couldn't believe it. And he said, and then when he
past the
had it in the
statute of
magazine, it
limitation.
really looked, it really like your phenomenon really looked
Yeah.
real when I caught it.
Now you know how I do my job. A lot of those are
Yeah.
staged.
Yeah. I mean, everybody thought, wow.
You're like, wow, that guy was really lucky seeing you get a picture, getting a picture of that.
But I will also, you don't need a magazine. I do have some magazine, but
I'll take a copy of one if you got it.
yeah,
I'll take a copy of it.
it's just a headline. That I tell you, on the front page is that picture catching that bass I was talking
Yeah.
about. It's on the cover of it.
Yeah.
But okay, we're done with fishing. That's a memory. I really miss it. I'm 84 years old, and that fishing day is over. It was the hardest thing was giving up that boat. Really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're afraid you're going to go in the water, you give it up.
I remember that boat. I remember we'd take that out on Palm de Terre whenever we were down there at the camper, and yeah. It had a maroon kind of speckle on the side of it too, silver and maroon. Yeah. Yeah. I remember
You
that
want
boat.
pictures? I got pictures of that too.
Yeah.
It's on that little.
Yeah, you traded the boat for a tractor though.
Yes, no, I sold the boat and then bought a tractor.
Yeah.
No, I had both at one time for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, that John
I'll
Deere.
tell you who was good on that tractor is your dad.
My dad. I think my dad used that more than you did.
Oh, he did,
probably.
and he
He
did all.
probably misses that thing.
That little John Deere.
Yeah.
I know when it snowed, he come in here and he did probably 7 or 8 driveways in here, and they didn't even know it. All the people he had insured.
He always. Yeah.
he was better than I was with the bucket. He was pretty good. I think he misses that as much as I do.
Oh, 100%. He always talked about building a shop down by,
yeah.
the part where he filled in that connects with the Fisher's old yard right there. He always talked about building a little shop down there, and he was like, I'm going to build that. I'm going to get a tractor, put it down there. So
He would have done that, I'd given him the tractor.
Yeah, yeah. I think he likes the pool a little more.
Your dad sent me a picture. Did he show you that picture of what your house would look like with the 3rd car garage?
No. Did he AI it to?
Oh yeah, Jason, it looks neat.
Yeah.
Very, very neat. I said you need to do that sometime because boy,
He says it, and then they're gonna sell the house in 10 years and move. He says that they're gonna move to Kansas City because he's gonna get lonely without Sean there to keep him company.
he don't need to move until we're out of here.
Yeah. No, they will. They'll be because my dad's still got a bunch of years till he retires. So does my mom, and I don't see him moving anytime soon.
They wouldn't go to Kansas City, wouldn't they?
Maybe if the Fishers are there, I could see him move. Because
They
especially
really,
if I'm.
bet your mom and dad really miss the Fishers.
Yeah, they
were
do.
really close.
Yeah. They're going up there June 13th
Yeah.
to see him, and then I'll be up there. Ava will be there, and we're gonna hang out with them.
Now,
Then I leave for
what's
Florida.
your plan? You think you'll be around Kansas City for much?
I don't know. Working in the sports world, I don't know. I could be there for another year. I could be there for 5 more years, 10 more years. I don't know. It's just kind of up in the air. With my position, it's one of those things like I saw on LinkedIn, Baylor University, their athletic department had my position open up. And it's like those happen all over the place. I don't know. I enjoy Kansas City a lot. I really like it. You're close to everything. I think it's a really good city.
Your personality, I really think that you're going to do something someday. You're the talk of our family.
I don't know how I like that. That's a lot of
No,
pressure.
and you're probably the smartest one of all of us. But you're very good. You know what really impressed me with you for the first time was when you were president of the FFA.
Yeah.
And your speeches are great. You're just not afraid of people. Probably do a great job at that. You need to pursue that.
Yeah. I always like people always say public speaking is a big fear, and
Did you
I've
take public speaking?
no, I had to for class, but it was one of those things I just took it for the
Yeah.
credit that I
You're
had.
very relaxed. That don't get you nervous.
Yeah, it's one of those things I always tell people like I'm nervous obviously whenever I speak, and if you're not nervous there's a problem. Cuz if you're not nervous it means you're not prepared enough and you're overcompensating. But like it's like I could speak in front of 100,000 people and have
Yeah,
no
see, and that wouldn't bother me.
yeah, and it's like with the most I've spoken in front of was state convention, and there were 3,200, 3,300 people there for state convention whenever I spoke.
How would you have to give a long speech, or
Yeah, that was I think it was 3 or 4 minutes.
you weren't nervous?
I was nervous, but I mean, once I got into it, I will say the key with it is people don't realize with speaking at events like that, excuse me, is the lights are shining in your face so much and the crowd is dark, so you
Yeah,
barely see
you
anybody.
can't see 'em.
You barely see anybody. But that was a cool moment. I enjoy that. I mean, my plan right now is I applied for my master's degree. And I would like to go into administration at some point with athletic director or something along those lines. Or if not there, like front office with a professional team somewhere along those lines. I would like to get into public service at some point, going into
Public
politics.
service?
Yeah, politics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't want to do it right away. I don't want to be a career politician. I don't really like that. But I would like to at some point. I think it would be, I think I would enjoy it. Just like, I couldn't be a lobbyist. I don't think I could be a lobbyist because
Well,
I would have to be the actual like guy advocating for stuff, like being the actual politician. I think would be fun. But it's also like I like talking to people. That's why I think I would like
that's
being
what I mean.
an AD.
Is talking to people would be your thing.
Yeah, that's why I think I would like being an
Now,
athletic director.
when you get in front of a big crowd, you say you're not nervous. Do you actually physically write a speech?
No, see, I get
you
more
just-
nervous if I write a speech.
I'm saying you act like you don't. You know,
No,
you don't look down on anything. You just talk.
No, so don't get me wrong, I do get nervous. I get nervous, but I'm a little bit of a nerd with some of this stuff and like psychology and like a little bit of biology, but the same it's not like hormone or whatever it is that produces like nervousness and stress and anxiety is also the same one that produces like excitement. It's the same thing. It's just how your body interprets it in the situation. So you can trick your body if like you're really nervous about something.
Really?
You just tell yourself you're like, I'm actually excited. I'm really excited for it. And it kind of switches your brain, switches the way your body's interpreting it. It's definitely a nerd
Put
tangent.
it on the back burner.
Yeah, it's definitely a nerd tangent. Like I get nervous 100%, but it's whenever I get into it. I can't write a speech though. If I have to write a speech and I go off a that's
really?
why I could never do like some public speaking for FFA. I would miss words and you'd get deducted for points.
You don't have.
because
I used to have notes. If I
I have notes.
you know, just sort of key notes. Well, I want to touch on
Yeah.
this.
And that's what I have notes. Like I'll have a note card. That's how like I prepare for things like this. I can't write out questions. I just write out like this is a topic I want to hit. This is a topic. This is a topic, so I can refer to it. And whenever it comes to speeches, I'm like, okay, hit this. This needs to be next. This needs to be next. This needs to be last, and just fill in the words from there. I think as long as you prepare and know what you're talking about, I think it comes out better if it's not a prepared
It
speech.
does out of your mouth, not mine.
I think it comes out better than a prepared speech because I think you get a lot more genuine.
Yeah, it's more natural.
Yeah, it's more genuine. You're not.
You're a very good speaker. You really.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You're better than you give yourself credit for, Grandpa.
No,
You've been going on this. You've been going on this without an issue right now. So you're a lot better than you think. You are.
Well, yeah, but you probably made me put some of the anxiety on the back burner. You're easy to talk to too.
Yeah.
You know. Plus, you know, I know you. You're close. Your family. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
If you were a stranger, that'd be a lot different. But I know you and your personality, so
Yeah, with that, you begged me to do this.
no, you said I did. I don't remember. I, I thought this was a training project.
No, I wanted to do this with you. I mean, I feel like you're an interesting person. You have a lot of stories that you could share. So,
Wait, you're an interesting grandson too.
well, I appreciate that. I mean, you've got some interesting stories. I would like to, because you're originally from St. Louis, correct? How, talk about, just take me through your. I've never really asked you, and this was kind of an excuse for me to talk to you about this. That's why I like this, because I've never really asked you about like.
Oh, great.
What was it like in St. Louis growing up, and then how'd you get over here, and then take me through it.
Oh, great. Well, I wasn't born in St. Louis. We probably skipped around. I was born in Rock Island, Illinois. But employment, my parents moved to St. Louis. We lived there and all that.
Yeah.
And why I moved down here, that I got in the insurance business, and the person down here had retired. To be honest with you, and they asked me again. You know, I was really sort of a hot shot back then, and they asked me if I would be willing to come down there. And it was in the fishing, and I said, "Oh boy, great, I'm down there."
Heck yeah.
And so it was really starting over again, but it really worked out.
Yeah.
But of course, Grandma was part of it.
Yeah.
I met her in St. Louis.
Did you? Okay.
That's a story in itself. No, we both worked on a donut shop
Yeah.
and made donuts. You know, I was probably, well, I was in high school and she was in high school. I was probably a senior in high school and she was probably a junior.
Yeah.
But that's where we met.
Yeah.
She used to chase me around the donut shop all the time. No, that was a fun job. We both enjoyed that.
Yeah.
No, but
And then you went off to the military at
Yeah.
some point as well.
after high school, I probably needed that. I was, you know, the military straightens you out.
Yeah.
I wasn't a bad boy, but you know, it's just I needed it
Oh no, I've seen some old pictures of you. You looked like a troublemaker right there.
at times. You know, yeah. Well, I told you this story about my car.
You haven't actually. What?
Oh no, my first car.
Yeah, let's hear it. I don't think I've ever heard this story.
I told you about the hood.
I actually haven't heard this. You mentioned it with my parents the other day, and I've never
my,
heard this.
My
Story.
first car and only car when I was in high school, probably got a senior or junior year, was a '53 Chevrolet blue and white Bel Air,
Yeah.
6-cylinder. Nice car when I bought it, and then I got a hold of it. And back then, you shaved everything. You took all the chrome off and filled it in when you could and all that.
Yeah.
Well, I always had good intentions. I had all the chrome off, the car stripped down, primered with a hand spray gun, but I never had the money to get it painted. So I ended up driving it like that. But I shaved the hood. The hood had a piece of chrome down the hood. I shaved the hood one day, primed it, and had it all neat. But when you do that, I must have messed with the hood latch some way. Anyway, I was driving down the road, a buddy of mine, and the hood flew off.
What?
And I couldn't find it. It sort of went down the hill. We really couldn't find it. And I got home and my dad. That was hard to try to break that. And the first thing he said is, "How in the hell can you lose the hood?" I'll never forget it. He was very upset with me. But we went back and never could find the thing.
I was about to ask you the same question. How do you lose
Yeah.
a hood?
Because I was messing with the latch. I remember flying over the top of the truck car. And we got home, and I was so afraid to pull in the driveway. But naturally, you're going to notice losing the hood.
Yeah.
That's my experience with a '53 Chevy. And then after that, right after that, I went in the service. I don't know what they did with the car.
Yeah. Talk a
That was
little.
Well, it was before now. I went in the service in 1960.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that. You've got your veteran.
I
hat
went,
on.
yeah, but that's another sort of story but that worked out. Back that time, they had the draft.
Yeah.
You had to worry about that. Well, to beat that after high school, I decided I'm going to go in. A buddy of mine, good close buddy of mine, Jim Peters, we're going to go into service together. Oh, great. Boy, we're going to kill him in there. So we both signed up on the buddy plan. We're going to stay together. The day before we were supposed to go swear in, he backed out.
Oh man.
And I went anyway.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into service anyway. It worked out.
But don't you avoid like signing up for the service versus like being drafted? You avoid like because when you're drafted, you're
got
put in
to
as
pick.
the low. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
you're
got
put
to
in as
pick.
the lowest rank
Yeah.
whenever you're drafted versus like you get kind of a choice whenever you sign
Well,
up.
yeah, really in the Air Force, it's almost, similar, almost like having a job. And it was a lot harder to get into. You had to take a test and all, but yeah, you got to pick, and so I picked the Air Force.
Yeah.
And they took, so I got in it.
Yeah.
But and then they send you to school. Went to school, basic training. Naturally, went to school,
Yeah.
and for electrician. And basically, you learn everything from house electricity to being a lineman.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was in Texas. I got stationed in California. That was my basic base, is Merced, California.
Yeah.
It's a SAC base, which I'm very proud of. At that time, there was no women in SAC. It was the only military that didn't allow women.
Yeah.
And it was all B-52s, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit of line work, but I worked nights mainly. And my job was I checked the runway and every night. Somebody's light switch went out. I had to go basic housing, do that. But anyway, that's what I did in the service. I did get to travel a little bit.
Yeah.
Went to England for about 8 months
Yeah.
at TDY, and then from there I went to Guam. Spent a little bit of time. They had a big storm hit Guam, and we had to spend over there and replace a lot of telephone poles, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience. It straightened me out.
Yeah. Now you're past the statutes of limitation, getting in trouble for anything. What are some fun stories you can share? What's some fun? What are some of your favorite memories with that? Some funny stories, anything?
In what? The service?
Yeah, I know you have to have something. I know you have to
Yeah.
have some stories.
Well, but the family remembers all the time as my Christmas presents. Hey, when I was in there, Jason, you know how much I made when I first went in?
How much?
$90 a month.
Oh my God.
$90.
But they provided everything. They provided
Yeah,
everything.
but
for
you know what they're getting now?
A lot.
Over a grand just getting in.
Yeah.
We made $90. When I got out, I was thinking I was probably making, I don't think I was making 200, 190 or something.
Yeah.
I used to go around. It cost you 25 cents to get in the movie theater on base. I used to be so broke between paydays, I'd ask for pennies and nickels from people until I could get 25 cents to go to the show. My buddy and I did. But
You made money other ways, though. I heard about that. What? Selling stuff? What?
oh, that now this is going to go to, well, my mom and dad aren't here anymore, so they don't care. No, everybody makes fun. My mom used to get on me because I'm like you. I mean, you communicate, but it don't bother you being away from home. Never did bother me. Well, I didn't write home a lot, so my mom would send me postage stamps. Please, write home more. So I'd sell them, the stamps for money. Well, back then it was only like 6 cents or something. But then she sent me Christmas presents for a few years, and I'd sell shirts and sweaters for the money. Hey, we were broke all the time.
You needed beer money, didn't you?
We made a lot of trips to Yosemite Park
Yeah.
from there, which was pretty good ways. But my roommate in the service when I was in California was from Los Angeles. And his parents were really sort of well-to-do. They had a pool and everything else in, and we'd go weekends down there, But
Yeah.
Ronnie Park, he just died too. We stayed in contact all these years.
Yeah.
He just died just last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all you need to know.
Ah.
No, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good experience
Yeah.
for me. It really
There were a lot of what was. So you said you went to the movie theater. What were some of the biggest movies you got to see in the movie theater?
Oh, I don't have a clue back then.
You just go to watch. You just go to watch. A movie?
No, we did it for something to do.
Yeah.
Mainly, but because it was sort of boring. I mean, we had. I played softball, intramurals, and it's just like a regular job. I worked nights all the time, though, so I had often. I didn't have to do all the inspections on the military stuff that a lot of people do.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I worked nights and we kept our doors shut. When they had inspections, the doors shut.
Yeah.
And I was really fortunate with that. I was fortunate to be able to work by myself after about a year.
Yeah.
They turned me loose, and I got to be the electrician for the night shifts,
Yeah.
It was civil engineers was a squadron I was in.
Yeah.
But that's all. Good time. I'm glad it's over. And I'm super glad it's over because actually I'm a member of the VA. Some of them stories, and the VA has been or the government has been very good to me.
Yeah.
As far as, provide me glasses, hearing aids, shoes.
Yeah. The shoes that you're still wearing your old pair and you just got a brand new pair of
That's
shoes.
because your dad screwed up.
How did my dad screw up with that?
He had me order that gaudy pair that everybody
They
says
look good.
No,
They
that's
look
what
good,
you
Grandpa.
said, but, yeah,
They're modern. They look good.
they need a bunch of mud thrown on them, and they'd be all right.
You don't like the bright white pair of shoes?
Yeah, I do. I'm just sort of old-fashioned. I sort of like these.
Yeah. Well, those other ones are mesh. Those have a little bit of something else on them.
Yeah. No, there really has. People in the military, they gripe about it, but the military has done a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Wouldn't it be funny if your hearing aids were off this entire time and you just weren't listening to
man.
me?
You know what's really funny is you really miss these things. You take them off. I told you, when Grandma and I go to bed at night, we got our TV going.
Yeah.
I take my hearing aid, I can't hear it.
You know what's crazy though? Because those are Bluetooth. You could hook to this right now. Like you could hook up to this thing right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do I get to see it?
to see all this, yeah, you get to see it. You're not going to see it before it's posted. You get to watch it with everybody, but you're experiencing it in real time.
Now, you are going to edit?
No?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Maybe a few things, but
Why do you do this? I mean, just for...
to talk to people. I love it. I love just talking to people, and I feel like this is the best way for me to get to know
It's
people.
almost like an interview.
Yeah, it is, but it's a conversation. Like I feel like I get to hear interesting stories, and I think people are more apt to not let their guard down, but like open up about stories and stuff like that whenever it's a one-on-one, kind of like this. And you get to hear things you don't always get to. Like I talked about and told you in one of my episodes, it's like I met Northwest's football coach for the first time during that. And I emailed him and I was like, hey, meet me here at this time. And we talked. And at first I opened it up. You could tell he was really guarded. I mean, obviously he's a brand new coach in a program.
Yeah.
Like by the end of it, he was telling me the story about how he met his wife at I think it was a bar or a restaurant. I think it was a bar the first time. And he's telling me all these stories about that. And it's like you get to hear cool stories from people. I think it's really fun. Yeah. I just like this stuff. I like talking to people.
You do put people at ease.
Yeah.
But I think it is a lot easier because I know you.
Yeah. Yeah. You told me I'm easy to talk to, and I've been told that quite a bit. I like people. I like talking to people. And I feel like you don't get to have these conversations in like everyday life. Like, I mean, you don't get to sit down and dedicated just talk to somebody anymore. So I enjoy it. So
Now, how do you post them? You post them from your computer?
yeah, Yeah, so there's an SD card in here. There's an SD card in there. That cable right there, over there, I wasn't long enough to set this up. I think once I get this set up at my apartment, that's my goal. I'm going to sell the couch, use that money to buy a table and chairs and stuff like that.
You just bought that couch, didn't you?
No, I've had that couch since freshman year of high school.
Oh, really?
I think. Yeah, I got it for $50. And I bet you I could say, yeah, it's a lazy boy. It's a nice lazy boy.
Is that a garage sale purchase?
No, from the furniture store. So funny.
$50?
Yeah, funny story about that. I was at the furniture store and me and my parents were talking to Johnny and
John Kane?
yeah, they were buying something and I was like, "Hey, I've been looking for a couch to put in my room. Do you have anything like cheap or whatever?" And he said, "Actually, we have this one couch that got returned because it's an electric one and one side of it doesn't work." So he said, "We returned it. We already got our reimbursement from it. It's just sitting in the warehouse." He's like, "I'll sell it to you for $50 if you want it. Have Jacob take you down there and I'll show it to you." So he looked at it. I was like, "Oh, this is really nice. Yeah, I'll take this." So brought it back to my place. It turned out it just wasn't plugged in correctly and both sides of it worked. And we were like, my dad, of course, being my dad's like, Johnny, are you like, it works? You sure you just want to give it to him for $50? He's like, "Yeah, we already got our money back from the company, and they already got their replacement one. So yeah, this is just free money for us."
He's a good guy.
He is. He's awesome. I mean, he was always that's where you work in high school. If you're an athlete, you work at the furniture store because he works around schedules. But yeah, so he's like, "We already got our money back. Yeah, I'll give it to him for $50." So we set it up in my basement. That thing's been with me for years, and
Well, now what on it's electric?
so the little like recliner things.
Oh,
like
okay,
it
that's
reclines electric.
electric?
It has lumbar support. It has like a headrest that goes up and down.
Oh, wow.
Like you can realistically sleep two people on that couch.
Is
like
it like a
lays out
love
flat.
seat like that?
Yeah, it's a little bigger. It's got three. It's probably a little smaller than that.
Oh, wow.
But it's got a middle seat and then the two edges have recliners. And it'll lay
Two
flat.
recliners?
Yeah, it'll lay flat. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a really nice couch. But I have two nice couches in my living room, and I don't really need it, so I'll probably sell it.
That's got to be heavy.
Oh yeah, you have to take it apart in three pieces to
Oh, wow.
move it. Yeah, you can't move it on its own. Like you can't move it together. We've moved it so much though. My dad has it down pat on how to actually.
Hey, I need to ask you something because, Barb and Dave was here.
Yeah.
They said they were happy you took them. You took over 200 movies.
Yeah. There were some awesome movies
You're
there.
not going to watch them, are you?
There's a few like repeat copies that I have in there, but like there were a bunch of good movies in there that I've wanted. That I've been like they had all the Alien movies
do
that I
with
don't have. I have that shelf that I built. I actually need to build a new one.
So the shelves you built here?
Yeah, I need to build a new one. It was the first piece of woodworking I ever did. It's not my finest thing, but I need to build a new one because I'm out of space now.
Now, do you have a
DVD player?
a DVD player?
Yeah, my PlayStation will play them. So yeah.
Well, I got some DVDs downstairs. They've got old family pictures on them. Can
Okay.
you see them when you're
Yeah.
playing? Is there any way you can transcribe them onto?
Yeah. Like a hard drive or all that stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I can put them on the phone or put them on that thing.
Yeah.
I'd just like to see them. They're old.
Yeah. No, I
I've
can do
had
that.
them, but I didn't know what to do with them. I got about 2 or 3 discs, and it says on the label I marked family pictures.
Yeah, no, I can do that on my laptop. Like I could do that on my
You
laptop.
got a DVD?
You can get a cheap. I actually need to get one. So my plan is at some point I would like to. I have all those movies and I love having the physical because I get to own it. The problem is like streaming services are just so convenient to be able to click and watch.
Yeah.
So you can build your own streaming service. You just get like how like the cloud, like that stuff. So you can build your own. And if you get one of those that you can hook up to your computer, you can download the movies from the discs onto that and you can watch them wherever.
That's above me.
But anyways, I need to get one of those. And yeah, I could pull the pictures and yeah, I could get them.
Well, can you bring that like your laptop home sometime?
Yeah.
That you can see that?
Yeah. Yeah. I can do that. Yeah, I'll get those
Because
CDs.
I'd like to see them sometime.
Yeah.
But, there are probably some pictures we want to keep or somehow.
Yeah. I can get them. Yeah. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
do that.
I'll
CDs.
remind you. I'm in no hurry because I just run across them. I cleaned up that file cabinets down in there. I got some in there. 2 or 3 of them are marked family pictures. I know there's a lot of them on there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used to have on my computer down there, used to have a DVD player.
Yeah. No, I can definitely do that. Yeah.
Good.
Now, I do have to ask. So this is one of my favorite like family fun facts that I always get to say. It's not what you're thinking it is. It's not what you're thinking it is. Me being a history nerd, loving history. One of the things whenever we did our like family tree was that your dad, I believe, worked like on the early stage of the Manhattan Project, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
Yeah, in Oak Ridge. What do you? Because I was fat. That is one of my favorite like family fun facts to say, because especially with like Oppenheimer, that movie coming out and everything, we did that family tree thing in middle school, and I remember that was my favorite fun fact to come out of it. And I tell people like, what do you remember of that about that, if anything?
Oh, I don't know. We moved from Oak Ridge, I guess, from Litchfield, Illinois. I wasn't doing, I was probably 12 years old or somewhere around that.
Yeah,
I can barely remember what the plant looked like. I know my dad worked in the lab.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't a technician or anything. He had some job in the lab
yeah,
when we moved down here. And I remember him saying at the time that they kept live mice in there in cages.
yeah,
And because if there's radiation or whatever got in there, if those mice died, that was bad.
yeah,
Well, he came home one day and said that he was quitting because he really went in there. And he used to have, I remember him saying he used to have to take some kind of shower, when he left.
yeah.
But I remember that day he said they all had to get washed down totally. And they took some kind of special shower because the mice were dead.
Oh,
And so he got zapped. He ended up in, I'm sure that's why he had cancer. He ended up getting lung cancer and died.
yeah,
But it was years later.
yeah,
And that's all I can't hardly. I remember when we lived, we had a big hill down in front of our house. We used to get a piece of cardboard, and my brother and I'd slide down that hill. That's interesting.
yeah,
But I don't know anything about the plant other than he worked there.
yeah,
And we only spent, I think we were there 2 or 3 years.
yeah.
No, I remember a housekeeper they had, and I didn't like her. She made us eat everything. And
You had
my
to clean
brother
your
and I
plate?
remember my brother one time. She made us eggs, and she turned her head, and he shoved his egg in his pocket. I just don't have anything to do with it. And I was so mad because I had to eat mine because I didn't get it done. Now that's interesting.
Yeah,
That's a good. I can't remember because that's as far as what you want.
no,
I know
that's
my dad did work there, and I really think that that's what he ended up killing him because my mom got some kind of settlement out of that later on in life,
yeah, yeah. Being around the radiation that much, I
Yeah.
mean, that's
and that's why they had the government had some kind of settlement, and my brother and I both. My brother did most. Filled out the paperwork, and it took like 2 or 3 years, and they just settled with her, which helped her out.
yeah,
And I do know other people that put in claims, which was my uncle, but he was just a janitor, and he never got nothing.
yeah,
But my dad worked in a lab. I think that's why he got it.
yeah. Yeah, I always found that interesting. That was always one of my favorite. Like,
I can barely remember what the place looked like.
yeah,
I think. Now, that's something to do with the atomic bomb they made
yeah.
there.
Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge was one of the original locations. So before they went to Los Alamos, they had I think it was 4 different locations for 4 different things, but it became hard to speed up the process because they would have to go by train in between each of them and transport all the information. So they moved everybody to Los Alamos to condense everything so it was quicker. So instead of having to go cross country on a train, you just walked over to the next building into the lab. But yeah, Oak Ridge was one of the original. Was one of the original spots during that.
I don't know. I imagine this tore down by now.
I bet you there's. I don't know. I know Los Alamos is an actual town now, and they have like a museum and all that stuff there. I bet you Oak Ridge has something. Would have to have some sort of like museum.
There was
or
quite a
tribute.
few people worked there.
Yeah, yeah. It was one of. It was one of the. Yeah, that was one of the main. That was one of the main four before Los Alamos.
I don't know how he got that job. I know we moved from Litchfield, Illinois, there, and when we left Oak Ridge, we moved back to Missouri. You know, because I remember we living by my grandma's house down there, and all of a sudden my dad comes home and said we're moving.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's all. I'm getting old. Can't remember much.
I don't know if Grandma wants you to include this, but how'd you meet Grandma? How'd that happen? I know she doesn't want to be a part of this, so.
Yeah, she could. Now she probably got a different story than I do. This is true part. I come out of the service. Well, I met Grandma working when we worked in the donut shop. We were high school. Okay. Then I went into service. No contact. Come home one time. My buddy and I stopped in for a beer in this place in St. Anne, and guess who was there? Grandma and her friend. So we talk. Oh, how you doing? All that. I think we made a date then. Oh, how would you like to go out? Okay. So I made a date. I was playing golf. Just took up golf. She won't agree with part of it, but I didn't do it on purpose. We made a date for, I guess, I don't know what time. I was supposed to pick her up, whatever, 7 o'clock. Well, I was on the golf course and didn't make it at 7 o'clock. And so we didn't go out, and she left before I come over, and she left. And she thinks I stood her up. I didn't.
No, you technically did.
She was mad. I don't know, Betty, how'd we get? Anyway, I said, oh boy, I screwed up here. But anyway, that's how our first date got. She said I stood her up, and then we started dating from then on.
Yeah.
And about a year and a half later, we got married.
I don't know. If,
I remember they had drive-in theaters
Yeah.
back then. I remember that was our fare. We didn't have any money.
yeah.
She made more than I did. But we'd go to the drive-in theater, and the first thing I'd do is I'd go to sleep, and she'd wake me up when it's time to go home. That's true. Because she liked movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember how we got after the first date. When she got mad at me because I didn't show up, how we got back together. I think I called her. I must have called her and said, oh, please, let's go out.
You know what's funny is you said you missed it because you were on the golf course. You know how that's probably something that still happens to this day, 100%.
And I don't think I was that late when she said I was, because I remember thinking, oh boy, you can't quit in the middle of golf. I don't know who I was playing golf with.
No, you can't. You can't. And you know what? I think a lot of guys would agree with you too.
No, that was fun. I remember when we got married. You want to know a story? We went to the bank, and who was that gal's name? Was the banker? We both knew her. We both had an account there. Anyway, we were engaged, and the wedding set and get married. Well, we were going to switch to one bank, one checking account. All right, we're going to get married in a week or so. I had $5. And I think Betty had $300 or $400. I remember that gal saying, "Boy, Betty, you're not marrying him for his money." That's true. It was embarrassing. I remember I had $5 when we got married, and she had 200. We didn't have any money at all.
Yeah.
She made more. I was working at a place called Husband and Refrigeration as an electrician, putting together fluorescent lights.
Yeah.
I got out of the service.
So how did you get into insurance then if you were
My dad.
electrician?
My dad was,
Yeah.
and we had a friend of his was a district sales manager, and they had an opening. Now back then, I mean, things totally changed over the years. Back then, you're sort of on your own, you know.
Yeah.
And I started off part time and drove a school bus,
Yeah.
and till I got built up enough. Actually, right after that, and then we moved down here, and that's when it took off.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason Eldon liked me, and they accepted me, and boom, it
Yeah.
really, you know, because the guy that was here really wasn't very well liked.
Yeah.
But yeah, the driving the school bus was fun too.
You drove a school bus?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Parkway School District.
Huh.
That was probably for 2 years. That's why I was selling insurance part time. It worked.
Parkway School where was that? Was that here in town?
No, it's in St. Louis.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. It's a big school district.
Yeah.
I was a relief driver. You know, somebody didn't show up, I drove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I threatened to do that down here. I told Grandma when I retired I could drive a bus now, and she.
I don't know if I'd want you driving a school bus, Grandpa.
No.
I don't think you would have been able to put up with it with the kids on school buses. I don't think you
No.
would have been able to.
Yeah, see, I was a part-time driver. Now, first thing I did, the first one that got on, I said, sit here in the front seat. You tell me where we're going. It's true. Because as a part-time driver, you didn't have a route. And they did. The kids were, did have a couple fights on the bus.
Yeah.
But I remember some of the buses I drove didn't have power steering.
Yeah.
Jason, I can remember back when we moved, I can remember before we had TVs. Then they were black and white.
Oh my gosh.
We did have inside plumbing.
Did you ever have an outhouse you had to go to?
No, Grandma did. When they had a place in the country, her grandparents did. And I remember going out with her out there. They had an outhouse, a two-seater.
Two-seater
I've seen a lot of outhouses.
You were talking about that with TV. A realization came to my mind about a month ago. I was like, man, I'm going to have to tell my kids that I was alive before AI. That I remember a time before AI was like a huge thing. And that's crazy to me.
Are you in favor of AI?
It depends. I use it all the time for my
I
job
imagine
and
you
stuff.
would.
I'm not a fan of it being used to replace like art and like graphic design and TV and
Yeah.
stuff, because there's a certain human element, and like
They're
this is
doing that though.
yeah, they are. Like I'm not going to name the place because I don't want to put any bad, but I was at a place yesterday, and I was looking at t-shirts and stuff, and I was like, this is all AI art. Like this is literally all AI art on a
can
t-shirt.
tell?
Yeah. When you're in graphic design you can tell when something's AI, because it just doesn't look how a human would draw it. It has a lifelessness to it. And I think that's where I saw somebody was talking about, there was a whole argument. It's like,
I think AI is going to replace so much. It's just scary.
there's trades like are starting to become more in demand, like manual labor trade jobs. But it's one of the things. It's like people are like, AI's like, we need to use AI because I deserve to make this art. Like I deserve to have a chance to make this. And it's like, no, you don't. You don't deserve to make anything. It's like you got to work up that skill. You got to learn it. I mean, that's what I did. I was horrible at graphic design a year ago, and I think I'm pretty solid now. Yeah. Like you got to learn to do those things. And I utilize it for ideas. I utilize it for small stuff. Like if I need ideas for something or if I need help with something, I use it all the time. But
Though, it's what's scary about it. Instead of actually knowing to do the job, they're going to use that. You're going to have to have a background in AI to do it.
Yeah, and that's what I've been using.
Instead of physically doing something.
I've been using ChatGPT since it came out. Like, I've been utilizing it since it came. I think it came out in September of 2023, September, October. And I was on it, I think, a month or two after it came. Like, my first ever chat with it was from when would that have been? 2022, I think. And no, I remember you used to have to get on a wait list to get on it, and I had to put myself on a wait list to get on it, and I was accepted in, and I've been using it since then. It's nice, like it's learning to talk to it is the thing, like learning how to get it to do what you want it to. Like you can just type in
That
like
sounds
give me this.
complicated.
You've that's where the skill is learning exactly what you need to tell it to get it to do what you want it to do.
But who are you talking to when you tell it?
In the algorithm, you're talking to an algorithm. You're talking to a bunch of code that interprets
Yeah, that's
that.
spooky.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't understand it.
you're not talking to a person,
No, I don't understand it, but yeah.
but you accept it.
I think it's dumb not to.
Yeah, it's probably
It's
it.
like the internet. It's people that were like, oh, don't accept the internet. It's like, why? That's,
Yeah. When you get old, though, that's harder to take.
yeah.
It's harder to take.
Yeah, I think it's interesting for me because I work in this field. I work in
You
technology.
probably need it to.
So I have to. And the older I get, I can't be that person that refuses to work with it because it's like that's going to be my
You
job.
think you're going to have a background in that to succeed?
I think people that understand it will have an upper hand and stuff.
It's a different world.
Yeah. I think people that understand it will have an upper hand. Now, I don't know how much it's actually going to replace certain jobs. I think it's going to be a tool that certain jobs use. Now, I think jobs like coding's going to be majority AI, like coding websites and stuff. And that's what people that are going into that stuff. It's like, I wouldn't like that's a pretty easy thing for it to replace. But you can tell whenever like an AI makes a video, you can tell when an AI like writes something, you can tell. It's
See, as a layperson like me, I can't tell that.
I know. My dad
what's
can't
spooky.
either. My dad can't tell when certain videos are AI, and I'm like, Dad, you know that's AI, right? And he's like, what?
Well, that's how he got that drawing of his house. You have to ask us.
But I do like things like that because it's easier to visualize things. It's easier to see how things are being done, and I like that. I mean, I've used that. I've used that to visualize certain things. So it's nice to.
I won't be around to see the end. I think that's the future, but it's a shame.
Yeah.
You get old fashioned, but
Yeah. And you know what? I don't blame you. It's adapting to stuff. Change is a hard thing. I think it's a. But I've always been somebody that I've liked modern technology and like I've kept up with it. So it's
you know what's sort of neat? When you get to my age, you can look back and see how things change
yeah.
over the years. And
Yeah, that
you
has-
can accept that.
That has to be wild. I mean, like you said, you remember before, like TV and stuff like that.
We didn't have air conditioning in our house.
Yeah, like what? That has to be something crazy. That like obviously me at my age, I don't understand that quite yet. I remember the development of social media is what I remember. But other than that, I mean, I haven't really experienced things like that.
See, I was before social media. I can remember when that was developed too.
Yeah,
And it bypassed me about 10 years ago.
yeah, yeah.
Well, you're the one that we call guys like you when my phone screws up.
Yep, yep.
And it's hard you know what, really, and it aggravates me. People don't accept your age. You get more of that, something happens because you'll call somebody and they get mad. I said, I usually tell them, I'm 84 years old.
Yeah,
Work with me.
yeah.
And it goes over their head. They can't understand that.
Which that's just poor on their end because I'm going to be honest, I run into that too with like I'll call on technical difficulties with some of our equipment and stuff. And then I feel like they talk in a way that makes them sound like they know what they're talking, like to over explain things, like to put themselves across as an expert, to where I've always been told, if you can't explain it to somebody, act like the person you're explaining it to is 5 years old if you can't explain them to it and like they're 5 years old,
Yeah.
you don't know it well enough.
They need to. They need to get down to earth with us old people.
Well, and I think that's with everybody too. Like that's the common thing is you need to be able to explain it to somebody like they're a toddler, so that everybody can basically understand it. But no, I like it, that I couldn't imagine that challenge. Like that would be, yeah. You can always call me. You can always call me or text me if you have problems with that stuff. I promise. Like
You're the expert.
yeah, you can always call me and text me if you have problems with that stuff. Like
I've
you're not
done
bugging me. You're not bothering me. You can always do that. I promise.
Can I abuse that privilege?
To an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're done.
No, the police scanner's going off in the background.
Well, let's listen to that. No, this has been interesting, sort of relaxing too.
I was about to say
You're making it really easy. It wasn't at first, but it's getting easier.
you've definitely relaxed into it. I can tell that. Any other fun stories you want to share? Anything? Any other things that are interesting?
I can tell you all my ailments if you want to know. My operations, surgeries, cancers. I got a lot of them when you get this age.
Well, this is an I feel like this is a topic that is relevant to today. I mean, you've lost an immense amount of weight throughout your life.
Yeah, that's a goal. I'm proud of that too. I weighed 360 pounds
Wow.
at one time.
Wow.
And that's when I got my knee. That's when I started. When I had both my knees replaced.
That's what I've seen pictures out there of you and my dad on the newspaper, and it's like
I was bigger than that.
Completely different person.
Yeah, I got pictures I can show you on my phone when I weighed 360 pounds.
What do you think's the most you've ever weighed? Like before you've weighed yourself, like what do you think the most is? Like if you had to guess.
The most I've weighed?
Yeah.
360 pounds.
It was
Yeah,
360?
that was right at it.
Do you think you were ever heavier than that, or do you think...
Maybe at one time. I remember that number at one time because I went to the doctor and they told me.
Yeah.
I had my knees replaced and they wouldn't, I went to the doctor and he wouldn't do it because I was too heavy.
Yeah.
And then I think I lost 50 pounds or something and they did it. And I went to rehab on my knees and Grandma and I, at the same time, been going ever since. Actually, there's an article that the Lake Hospital did on my weight loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, another celebrity picture on a
Yeah.
billboard.
There you go. I mean, talk about that a little bit because that's a big topic, especially nowadays. Is you have things like Ozempic, you have those GLP-1 drugs. It's like an easy fix right there. But I feel like that topic of like putting in that work to do it is kind of something a lot of people think is unrealistic. But I mean, I've seen it from. I mean, I remember when you were a lot bigger and like you've lost an immense amount of weight.
Well, right now I weigh 214, 215. When I got out of the service, I weighed 196.
Yeah. And at your height, you're about what, 6'2", 6'3", something?
I was probably 6'3", and now I'm at least 6'2".
Yeah.
You shrink.
Yeah.
I tell everybody I'm 6'2". I was 6'3" at one time.
Yeah.
That's what they said I was.
I wish I could have gotten that height from you. Come on.
Yeah. You know, there is an advantage, you know. I was the tallest one in our family.
Yeah.
My brother was about 6 foot tall. My
Yeah.
dad wasn't.
I'm about 5'11" on a good day. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". So.
You're a good height, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well above average. The average height for a guy is like, I think 5'9", something like that, 5'8", which is like crazy.
Let's get into how you look just like a Cardinals outfielder called Church.
Nathan Church.
Have you seen him?
I have,
I
yeah.
bet you get the willies. I mean, you guys look, especially with his hat off. You got the same color hair, but now
I'll put a picture of him right next to me right here. See what the comparison's like.
No, his hair's shorter than yours.
Yeah.
But you've had your hair short like that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just your expression, your eyes, everything. It's spooky. Grandma and I, every time I say it, that's what I call him. I said, well, there's Jason. I forget his name's Church.
Yeah, that's my double life. I play for the Cardinals.
Have you seen him really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think you look like him?
I do. I see the resemblance. Also, there's a country artist right now named Bailey Zimmerman, who my mom thinks I look like quite a bit, and I can see it in there too. I don't know. I mean, I see it. I can definitely see it. So
Everybody used to say I look like Raymond Burr.
yeah, you do. You 100% did, Grandpa.
No.
You 100% did.
Like Raymond.
I've thought that every time. The facial expressions too.
I don't like the way he looks.
You mean the comedian, right?
Let's talk about. It's embarrassing, and that's one reason this podcast or whatever you're doing. When you get my age, your mind don't get 84. They really don't. And when you see your picture, you think that's an old man.
Ah.
You do. You think, oh crap.
At what point does that happen though? Because I feel like the older I get, I still think I look at young, and like I look at seniors.
Well, you do because you haven't changed them, but you change a lot when you get old.
I look at seniors in high school now, and I'm like, did I really look that young whenever I was a senior in high
you
school?
can tell you're not in high school.
Yeah, I had facial hair though. I had a lot of facial hair though.
Yeah.
I had facial hair since sophomore year of high school. So
Yeah, you know that's something I think it's in general they do today, because in my day I didn't shave when I got in the service, and I was 18.
I was about to say everybody shaves. Nobody wants facial hair.
I wasn't. They made you shave in the service, whether you need to or not. And that's why. And I was probably in the service for a year or so before I really needed to shave.
Yeah, and that's like I will say that's always been a positive. Is I'd rather be like my hair grows extremely fast. Like this, I shaved yesterday.
I remember you playing softball or baseball on that.
Yeah, I shaved yesterday, and I've already got a 5 o'clock shadow. And I mean, I like it. Like my hair grows really fast too. I would rather my hair grow too fast than not grow at all, or like grow slowly.
You want to know what you're going to look like that's inherited when you get old?
No, hey, so
I think your dad's losing it.
Oh, he is.
Your dad's going to.
You get your hair genes from your mom's side of the family.
Oh, you do?
And like my pawpaw had a full head of hair, and like everybody on that side of the family has full head of hair, like all the guys. And like I can tell it's thinning slightly, maybe back here.
Yeah, but it don't start until you get probably about 60,
maybe
50.
I mean,
maybe
I have a pretty full head, and I do not take that for granted. But I'm also not going to be somebody that's like, if I start going bald, I'm just going to shave it.
I didn't know that was inherited from your mom's side.
Yeah, I have. Well, also, I am looking forward to, though, because I'm a redhead. My hair's going to grow white instead of gray.
My brother was red hair.
I'm looking forward to the white hair. Some people hate it. Like my dad hates it.
Your hair will turn brown or brownish, I think, first. My brother, he was as red as you were when we were growing up.
I'm ready for it to turn white. I want the white, like, sides right here while everything else is red. I think that looks sick. Like a white beard. I think that I
think a white beard looks good. But I hate a bushy beard. I like you just a
very thin. That's how I like it. Yeah. And this is shorter than I have done in the past. I'm growing the mustache right now. I'm just doing the mustache with like a 5 o'clock shadow. But I think if I get a white beard, I almost have to be Santa Claus. Whenever I'm older, I almost have to be Santa Claus.
I used to play Santa Claus for the fire departments here.
Really?
And Paul's Supermarket. Yeah, every year they gave us a whole bunch of steak. I mean, I was a good Santa Claus.
Heck yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. No, I'm thankful for my full head of hair.
Yeah. I do remember you in high school. I mean, it
was down here.
Made the comment that you were hairy. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you want to hear the bad thing is, finally, I avoided the back hair my entire life, and I'm finally starting to get the back hair.
Oh, hope you don't get like your dad.
Oh my gosh. And that's why I know, okay, this sounds bad, but I know there's some sort of Italian on your side of the family because of the amount of hair, and it's the curly, thick, like dense body hair that I'm like, there has to be Italian on that side of the family. 100%.
Why do Italians have hairy backs?
Yeah, it's like Italian and like Greek and Italian.
What's funny, your dad's the only one of our kids that really has hairy back.
Yeah, but it's like that part of Europe is like known for having like dense, like really thick, like black body hair, and it's like I mean, I have a lot of. I'm very hairy. You just can't see it because it's like blonde. It's like straw. Like people ask me if I shave my legs. I'm like, no, I've got a lot of hair. They're just. I mean.
Oh, you can see it, because it's red.
Yeah, you can see it in the light, but like here, I mean, but I'm finally starting to get back hair, and I don't like it.
Don't your mom, I think, shaves your dad's back once in a while.
Yeah, she. I avoided it.
I even think back hair is sort of gross.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say I keep all the chest hair because I think it's a pain in the butt to shave. And then whenever you shave it, whenever it gets to be stubble, it's so I hate it. I hate that feeling. Whenever it's barely.
But when they put those stickers on you at the hospital and pull, that hurts.
Yeah, they got to shave it. Well, like I mean, yeah. So yeah. What's your advice on tattoos, Grandpa? Where's your tattoo?
I had it taken off.
I hear her laughing over there.
I know you. I know you got a few. I don't like.
Did you know I had a few?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think you ever noticed it. Do you know how many I have?
Noticed that. I noticed the one you had.
Grandpa, I have one right here. I have a big one right here.
I didn't know you had that one.
I have 4.
Now,
I have the St. Jude logo on my back shoulder.
Don't get a whole bunch. Do you regret any of them?
No, I like them.
Riley was talking about getting that tattoo. Yeah, I got one. I got it in the service, and I'm drinking too much. And I went with a buddy, and he had a dagger going down his arm, blood dripping off of it, and he bent his arm, and a dagger bent. And I was sitting there watching him, and going through the catalog. But when I was going through the catalog, you're sitting there watching. Well, he's done, and the guy looks over. He said, "Okay, you're next." I said, "No, I don't want one." He said, "Yeah, you're next." Well, which one do you like? Well, if I was going to get one, Anyway, I got one, and he got it all done. It's up here.
Yeah.
You've seen, Riley didn't know I had one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I like them.
Yeah, but when I got it, he's got it all done, and he said, "Okay, what's your girlfriend's name?" I said, "I don't want what name. A name goes in there,
Yeah.
Anyway, he said, "What do you want, Mom?" Put it. I said, "No, put my name in there." So he put John.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was $4 cost me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, don't even.
Then the last I checked to get it taken off, it was over 400 something. That was way back then. So
Tattoos are a lot of money now.
I cover mine up.
I like mine. See, whenever I get them, I want them to like be visible.
Don't get any more. You can get over tattoos.
I'm getting a lot of tattoos, Grandpa.
Oh, don't.
I like them.
No.
I like them.
You like them now. When you get to be older, you're not going to like them.
I'm very selective with my tattoos. I'm
Well,
very selective.
Who looks at what they are? They look at a mark on you.
I think it adds personality. No, I have the St. Jude logo on my back shoulder. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that one there, I think that's sort of neat on your thing.
Yeah.
What's that say?
Love Yours. It's from it's a song that I really like, and that's I don't know. I like the message of it. So
Yeah.
it's just like appreciate your life. Appreciate.
I grew up in that time. I remember when I got out of the service and came home, my mom cried.
Yeah.
But the first thing she told me, don't get tattoos when you go into the service. And when I was sleeping in bed, and I just had a T-shirt on, my arm was hanging over, and she came in to wake me. I was on leave. She came in to wake me up, and I heard her go in the room and say to my dad, "He got a tattoo." And she's boo-hooing.
You know what's crazy is I remember whenever.
See, back in my day, that wasn't a neat thing.
Yeah. Whenever I wanted this one, I wanted this in high school. And whenever I turned 18, I was like, I'm going to get one. I told my dad, and he had a whole freak out. He's like, "You're not getting it. You're not going to get a job. People are going to hit, like, you're not going to do all this." Well, listen to this.
Cheapens you.
Well, he told me all that. And then I got this before my sophomore year of college. And he blew up on me in high school and all that. Lo and behold, they're planning on going and getting family tattoos for my sister's 18th birthday. Like, I'm like, where did this change? Where did this change?
Yeah, but they're not going to get anything. Because they'll probably get something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time? What are you worried about time, Grandpa?
Well, how long is this going to be?
Have you not enjoyed it?
You got to. Is it going to be a commercial in this thing?
No, I'm not sponsored. This is just a talk. Grandpa, this will outlive both of us. What do you want to share to future Hollands? You're the smartest
Surely
one
you're
in the
not
room,
gonna
right?
Put this length of time on a
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to share to future Hollands, Grandpa?
Share what?
What advice, what stories you want to share to future Hollands? Like the future generations of Hollands.
Don't get tattoos. I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Yeah. Nothing you want.
The future to me is a little bit scary for
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll work out. It always does.
Yeah.
Just don't get in trouble.
Yeah. You know what my motto is? Don't do anything stupid, and if you do, don't get caught.
Right. Don't do anything stupid and then regret it.
Yeah.
How many times have you done it though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's don't get caught. That's my motto. If you're gonna do something stupid, just don't get caught. Make sure you're at least make sure if you're gonna be the slowest, make sure you're the second slowest runner. Because if you got to outrun the cops or somebody, they're going to catch the slowest person. Just make sure you're not the slowest. Don't have to be the fastest, just not the slowest.
Yeah. My motto was, number 2 stinks. Number 1's the best. That's true. I did go by that. Why would you want to be number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be number 1.
Yeah.
I don't have anything really to share. I hope they just all live a good life.
Yeah.
Long life.
Yeah. Take on your fishing skills.
Right.
Oh yeah, I never asked you about your lure collection. You do have you collected a lot of fishing lures.
I miss that too. I sold almost every bit of it.
That had to have been
took
worth
a
a
long
pretty
time.
penny. You don't have to share the amount, but that had to have been worth a decent amount.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I put new windows in the office. I done a lot with that. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was fun. Going to there was shows, like lure shows and all that, and Grandma and I would go. There was national conventions. We'd go different places. That was fun.
Yeah.
It was like I probably had well over 1,000 lures.
Yeah.
I had a lot of them in the drawers, never come out.
You know what's funny is I remember we used to be told we couldn't walk downstairs barefoot because there may be a hook on the ground from one of the lures.
The display was neat.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved sitting down there and just, it's stupid, but just looking at them.
No, I do the same
You
thing.
got memories of each one, where I got it, where I picked it up. Basically, I wonder how much I paid for it.
Yeah. No, I used to do that. I do the same thing with my sports stuff and like all the
Yeah.
stuff I have. I'll just like the movie posters I have. I'll just look at them and things like that. I do think it's funny. You always, whenever you go fishing with my Uncle Kerry, you'd be like, I have that. That lure's worth like $500, and he's
I was telling your mom the other day because I'm friends of his on Facebook. I
Yeah.
liked him. He was fine. We went fishing a couple times together.
Yeah.
He's a good fisherman too. I had a tournament at Stockton one time, and I pre-fished with him, and there's a story behind us too, if you want to hear it.
yeah,
But no, I pre-fished with him, and we did pretty good in practice. You go practice. Anyway, what part of the story is not about fishing, but he opened his tackle box, and I looked and I said, "Where'd you get that?" "Well, I got it from my dad." "Oh, no, yeah, I think it's my dad. That was my dad's." I said, "Don't you fish with that?" "Why?" "It's his Air Spook. I can tell you this. Charlie Campbell's Air Spook, original, the first one, bare wood, worth, I don't know what it was worth back then. It's probably worth $300 or $400. And he said, "Why?" I said, "I'll buy it from you." "No, why?" And I told him back on. I said, "Don't fish for that. Put that up." And he says, "Well, I do." I said, "Well, I wouldn't." Anyway, so we had a pretty good day fishing, and we caught some fish. I remember going by your, what do you call it, the something hole, the caves
Oh, the tater hole?
in that cove. I don't know if you guys been, but he took me all the way to the back.
Yeah.
It was in that, one of the nitros I had. All the way to the back, and there's a bridge.
Yeah.
Where a road goes over. And he said, "There's a channel right here that goes underneath it." He said, let's go back there. I said, okay. Well, you had to wind through all that crap to get back there.
All the trees back there, like, yeah.
Anyway, and so I said, what's the best way to get back here? And so he told me which side to go, because you don't get hung up. Anyway, we went back there, and in that little bitty spot, he caught, 3 nice fish, and I caught one. A little bit, I'm in a spot from here to the refrigerator.
Yeah.
They were stacked in there. Oh, crap, let's get out of here. I said, let's get out of here. I said, okay. That's my first starting spot in the tournament the next day. Well, what really makes me mad of the story is it took me a while to wind through there because I didn't know really. Anyway, the same guy that was fishing the tournament, we took off, and I'm winding through there. I'm just idling. Here comes this bass boat. He knew where he was going, and he went straight back to that place. He caught fish. He come in second place in the tournament.
Oh, my gosh.
He caught the fish that I was going after.
Oh, man. And that was the channel that Carrie took you in, or the
right there, right under the bridge.
Why didn't you go there first?
Huh?
Why didn't you go there first?
Because we had caught fish from practice with Carrie. We went back there, and I said, that's the best spot we had all day. See, you throw them back.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have fished it. When we caught one, we should have let it go. But anyway, that guy went back there, and I talked to him later, and I knew his boat.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was, knew his boat, and I asked him. He said, yeah, I saw you there. I knew where you were going. Well, see, I'm idling, and he's going, whoosh.
Yeah.
So he knew the lake better than I did.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, what do they call it?
The tater hole?
The tater hole.
Yeah, because back before they flooded
He was telling me stories about the tater hole, too.
Yeah.
You actually put potatoes in it.
Yeah, it was back before they flooded it to build Stockton Lake. It was
He said that was their ground that headed down there.
It was a Native American. It was a Native American cave. And if you got, I am still, I think, the only family member that hasn't been back in there, because whenever the lake's low enough, you can still go back in there and you can see like cave drawings, like things that they would draw in the cave and stuff. Yeah.
There are 2 holes there, if I remember right. And there.
Probably. I've been back there on top of it, like that little ledge. I've been back there probably 3 or 4 times, but
I went back there. When we went back, there was somebody sitting on the bank. I think a couple old people sitting on the bank.
Yeah.
For something.
Yeah, you can go back in there whenever it's low enough. But like
Carrie knows that lake.
Yeah.
That was a big plus for me. I didn't really do that good. I didn't get skunked. But he knows that lake. I mean, he took me way back at the end of channels that's really hard to get to.
Yeah.
And just show you the path, because you get out of it, you're going to get mud, and there's channels you got to follow.
Yeah.
And I caught about a 5 or 6 pound. I got a picture of it on my phone back there.
Yeah.
With him.
He used to fish. I found out he fished with one of my buddies from FFA, Jacob, who was on my state office team.
He fished with a lot of people that fish tournaments.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
He knew everybody.
Yeah. Yeah,
I remember meeting him at what's that little small town?
Dadeville?
Huh?
Dadeville?
Yeah, they had some kind of shop. There was only like 2 shops or something.
Where my mom's from, Dadeville, or was it? Yeah.
Because I meet him up there, and we put in together. Put the boat in together.
Yeah. It's a time.
He can back a boat up good too.
Yeah, it's a time. That's his ground. That's his stomping ground. Like that is his.
Yeah.
Hunting and fishing. I mean, that is anything
he's an
outdoors.
outdoorsman.
He could live off the land. He's one of those few people. I'm like he could live off the land.
Yeah. And I really consider him. He made a friend. I only fished with him once or twice.
Yeah.
Saw him at a couple of places he did, but I like him. He was my kind of person.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Uncle Kerry. He's a good guy. Yeah.
I'm still a friend of him. Every once in a while, I'll text him or say he'll put something out there, and he'll text back.
Yeah.
I'll put a like it, do it, or something.
Yeah.
But he don't get on that.
No. He's never on. I mean, he's hardly on his phone. I'll text him during his birthday, and it's always like, oh, thanks. Like, how you been? And other than that, I see him at family holidays, and I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He's never on his phone. Like, he's out working.
I heard all about where he works. What's his selling seeds.
Yeah, and he's been working there since high school. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
made
would tell me they sell to Walmart.
yeah, he's made a really good career with it. Like I can't remember the name of it. A big seed plant that he
He's
works
been
for
there a long time.
since high school, and he's worked there his whole life. Worked his way up the chain. I mean, he's made a really good career out of it. So, and I mean, it's in kind of what he wants. I mean, kind of his area, everything outdoors.
Actually, that side of your family is a good people. I like your grandpa too.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, you can talk to him. You know.
yeah. Yeah, he's a little crazy sometimes. He's a little crazy sometimes.
He gets when you're saying grace, he gets with it.
Yes, yes. I will never forget whenever we had a shared Thanksgiving at our place, one of the last ones with him, because like obviously this side of the family's Catholic,
Yeah.
and that side of the family is not. And he's a very traditional guy.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget whenever I think it was Philip and Melinda walked in and they had like coolers. I mean, that's just side of the family. You walk in with a cooler, and he looks at my mom and says, "There's too many damn Catholics here." Because like he never drank. That wasn't that side.
Did he ever drink? Well, I think Carrie drinks.
Oh yeah, they did. There's a reason. Yeah, the kids, so my mom and my aunts and uncle, or my uncles and aunt, very very rebellious, because very strict traditional
Your
household.
dad, he was a down to earth, but was he a religious person too?
Very
Yeah, I thought.
heavily religious. Yeah, very very. He
Well,
wanted
that's good to hear, though. Really.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. He was,
It ended right.
Yep, exactly. And that's what I think is like, you know what? He is, for all of his flaws and like still a very traditional mindset. I mean, he was a farmer.
Yeah.
Man, sneezes.
Edit.
Cut that. No, it ended right. I mean, yeah, very religious man. He's buried at the church with my grandma.
Yeah.
Like the cemetery right next to the church. He went to that church his whole life out in is it Aldridge? I think yeah, it sounds about right. My mom and aunt are actually down there today. They're putting flowers on the graves, both of them. So,
Oh, really?
yeah,
A lot of people do that. I forgot about that today.
yeah, for Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know a good friend of mine. That's where he was.
yeah,
He didn't. One of our breakfast buddies out the Silver Dollar. He didn't. He wasn't there. That's where him and his wife were trying to make the
yeah.
graveyard rounds, I guess.
Well, I don't think, I've never told anybody this. You'll be proud of me for this. This is the first sharing of this story. Back, what would it have been? I was in high school still, I think. It wasn't the tornado that went through Eldon, but there was a bad storm that went through Eldon and like tore some things down and things like that. I went by the cemetery by the middle school, and there was a flag, like an American flag, that was on the ground. And I went over there and I folded it and put it right next to the flagpole. I folded it and put
Good.
it next to the flagpole. So that's I'm very big on those things.
Now that's something that I like too.
Yeah. And then so I knew you'd appreciate it, and like I learned to fold a flag in FFA. We had to learn to flag fold for.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep, I actually still have my folded flag. Like my flag that I'd hang up on my wall. Anytime I'd transport it, I'd always fold it. Yeah, we learned it for FFA camp because we had to raise the flag and we had to bring it down at the end of each day. So, yeah.
That the only time you see that anymore is at funerals.
Yeah.
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 Hopefully you'll see it at mine, Jason.
Yeah. We will. We'll get a flag.
Yeah. I want you to video it.
Do you want a speaker in your casket whenever it's lowering so you can be like, "Hey, let me out of here."
Yeah. Make sure I'm dead.
Oh man. Anything else you want to share, Grandpa?
No.
I don't think you'll believe how long we've been going.
Yeah, I did. I looked at the clock and went, holy crap.
Hour and 47 minutes.
You don't want to put all this on
Yeah,
there.
I will.
No, it's going to get boring for somebody.
No, I'll put it out
This
there.
is only family material.
Okay.
You're not going to get any likes.
I'm not worried about that. I just wanted to talk to you, Grandpa. What's the problem with that?
I wanted to be on TV.
Yeah, I'll put it on YouTube and you can put it on TV.
I'm gonna be no.
Yeah.
It worked out better than I thought. I really did, but
See, you trusted me.
no, yes, but you should have gave me a clue.
Why? Then you would have prepared everything and it wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, I would have.
Nah,
I could have thought of more.
this was good.
Somebody's been talking to you because you knew too much to bring up.
No, I listened, Grandpa. This is good.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I do with some of my guests is started this because my buddy Luke that I had on told me to do this is text the family and friends or like message them of the family and friends of the guests I'm gonna have on and ask for embarrassing or like crazy stories or something that like nobody would know
really
and just bring it up with them like a childhood nickname and just like bring up a childhood nickname and something like that and they'll be like, what? How'd you know that?
You knew more than I thought.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. There's some stories I could ask, but they're grandma stories, like her and her Thunderbird getting pulled over by.
she needs to have tell her at least a shot of her.
No, I'll respect her wishes and not put her in this. But I think her Thunderbird story is really funny, getting pulled over.
I want an honest answer. Rate this from 1 to 10.
This episode?
Huh?
This?
Yeah.
This was a 10.
Oh, it is not.
It 100% is. I've enjoyed, Grandpa, you're not giving yourself enough credit. This is good. Like, this is, and at the end of the day, it's just, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to sit down and talk to you.
You know what I'm worried about?
What?
The way I look. I look old.
No, you do not, Grandpa.
Not in your eyes, but in other people's eyes. Hey, I gotta look old.
You do not look 84, Grandpa. I would pin you at probably 75.
How do I act?
You act like a 40-year-old trying to be cool with the kids.
Yeah.
Grandma's over there laughing. Why are you worried about that? Why are you worried about how you look?
That's what she says all the time. You know, she don't care.
Who do you got to impress?
She said I'm very vain. I don't think I am. She said, "What do you care?"
Who do you have to impress, Grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably nobody. All the people you're gonna show this to.
It's going on the internet. It's gonna live forever.
Yeah.
People can search.
Is
John
it going to be
Holland.
one of the cloud things?
Yeah, people can search John Holland, and this will pop up.
Hey, maybe when I die, I'll catch it on the way up, not on the way down.
You'll catch it in the cloud.
Hopefully. Don't send it the other direction.
Oh.
But
All right.
look, see now that picture? I'm old.
I think you look older in that picture than you do now.
Oh, boy.
100% you do.
No.
You look older in that picture than you do right now. Is that at a Culver's? That is at a Culver's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys love Culver's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good place.
You know what? Now, this is old people stuff, too. You know what we get there? I get the kids' meal.
Ava, the amount of people that get the kids' meal.
You know, and that's plenty for me now.
Yeah.
I used to be able to eat 5 of them.
Oh my God.
But that's plenty of me. And then Grandma gets a free ice cream.
Yeah, you do. You get the free scoop. That's what Ava does. Ava gets the kids' meal and she gets the free scoop.
I did.
Yeah.
Tell Ava that your grandma goes to Culver's. She gets her salad. She likes her salad.
Yeah.
She takes her own crackers and her own salad dressing in her purse and sneaks it out and puts it on there.
That is
We
funny.
took Riley there and embarrassed her.
Oh, yeah, I remember going with you and Riley. You guys and Riley. And we were parked in the parking lot 20 minutes before it opened.
Yeah, we're afraid to go up. We don't know. We're the only ones there.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. Are you guys going to breakfast at Whittles tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, can me and Riley go with you?
Yeah.
What time are you going?
Well, now you got to be there on time
Okay,
because
what
I got to get my parking place.
What time are you going?
Well, we're there when they open 7.
Okay, we'll be there. Yeah, me and Riley will
Get up early.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, man, she works tomorrow night, or tomorrow at
Yeah, that'd be fun.
at 11. Yeah, me and her are gonna go to breakfast with y'all tomorrow. So 7
Good.
o'clock at Whittles.
That'll be fun too.
Yeah, Yeah, I haven't been to Whittle's breakfast in a long time, since high school. It's good.
I guarantee you, we won't even get a menu. They know what we want.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. That used to be how it was at Silver Dollar. Did I ever tell you guys about that? In high school, for football, my class started a tradition. We'd go to Silver Dollar every single Thursday, during like game weeks. Every single Thursday morning, we were there at 7 o'clock in the morning because school would start at 8:20. We were there at 7 o'clock. It got to the point we did this for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And they stopped doing it, and it sucked because the grade below us didn't carry on their tradition after. But we did it for 2 years to the point the waitresses got shirts that said Mustang waitresses, like Mustang crew waitresses. They knew what we wanted. One of our lineman coaches would come with us, and he would be there sometimes, or if he had work to do before class started, he wouldn't. And they'd always walk by, and they'd be like, "You want the regular? You want the usual? You want the usual?" I'd get one of three things, so they'd be like, "Which one you want today?" Always knew I wanted lemonade.
That's what makes you feel good.
Yeah, and if the coach wasn't there, if he wasn't there, they'd be like, "Is he coming today?" Nope. So he wants it to go.
They know your name. We go there on for our little old man. We got about 5 or 6 of us, and they know you by your name.
We'd get that. The little section in the middle of Silver Dollar. That they blocked that off for us.
Really?
Baseball season, the week of districts, we brought the entire team. We brought 30 guys in there one morning, and they put the tables in a circle. They'd have the table set up for us and everything reserved for us in the morning. They knew we'd be there. It was awesome. And I loved doing that.
Keeps you coming back too.
It does. And they still have such good food. I love Silver Dollar and Whittle's. Their breakfast better be as good.
I really like Whittle's probably a little better
Yeah.
than Silver Dollar. I think they got about the best food, but
Yeah.
Silver Dollar's good.
I've never been to Silver Dollar for anything but breakfast. Even if I go there at lunch, I get their breakfast. It's really good.
I always get biscuits and gravy. Now, one thing, because they know us, like we were just talking, they know I want my hash browns burnt. They send them out and they're like a pancake.
Heck yeah. I don't like them burnt, but they better be dark brown. I really like
You
really
can
like
pick
hash
them all
browns.
up together.
Yeah.
And then all the rest of the guys, they always say, "Don't burn mine."
Yeah.
So I know that cook, whoever it is, he knows.
Yeah.
He'll do it every week.
Cool. 7 o'clock tomorrow. Me and Riley will see you at Whittle's. Cool.
Good. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We're not going to tape it. It's
No.
no accent.
Cool. Grandpa, you talk for 2 hours.
You're kidding.
That's what most of my episodes are, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Is it over?
Yeah.
Good.